Hi everybody. All right, so I chose another book for you guys to be able to listen to sometime in your day or your week so that you can take another AR test, because as you're reading chapter books, you should still be reading some smaller books so you can take tests and earn more points. So I'm going to record this book. I couldn't find any read alouds of it, so that's why you got to listen to me again. So this book is a fun book. It's a shine a light book. So I have my trusty little flashlight to use for some of the pages. And I chose this book because this week is Earth Week. And this highlights some secrets about trees, particularly the apple tree. So this book is called Secrets of the Apple Tree, and it is by Carron Brown and Alyssa Nassner, it looks like. So let's read and find out about the secrets of the tree. And with the flashlight, it's going to be a little bit tricky for me, but I think I can do it. A tree is bustling with life. If you look closely at its trunk, branches, leaves, and fruit, you will find the animals, plants, and fungi living there. Shine a flashlight behind the page or hold it to the light to reveal what is hidden in and around the tree. Discover a small world of great surprises. An apple tree is green with leaves in the summer. Can you see what it looks like in the winter? So this is where we're going to use our flashlight, and we're going to hold it behind the page and see if we can figure out what it looks like in the winter time. Can you see what it looks like in the winter? Brr. In winter, the branches are bare. One by one, the leaves drift to the ground in the fall, but the tree will grow new leaves in the spring. Many animals live around the tree. Can you see who the bird is about to grab? So here's that bird. What is that bird about to grab? We're going to get our flashlight and look. You can kind of see it. Slithering, wriggling worms push through the soil around the roots. A tree's roots grow long and deep. The roots soak up water from rain, which helps to keep the tree alive. The wind blows leaves off the tree. Can you see who is resting under this leaf pile? We're gonna use our flashlight. Who is living underneath the pile? There he is. Surprise! A toad stays cool and unseen in the dark under the leaves. He lives in damp places where there are many slugs, worms, and insects to eat. Branches also fall from the tree to the ground below. Can you find anything growing on this dead branch? So here's this dead branch that's fallen off the tree. And there's things that are growing inside of it or on it. See those mushrooms? In dark, damp patches on the fallen branch, groups of mushrooms, toadstools, and other fungi grow. The dead wood rots and makes food that they can eat. Something runs quickly past the dead branch. It scurries behind a stone. Who does this tail belong to? Do you see that tail right there? Who does that tail belong to? Let's find out. Are you predicting? Were you right? Look, a small scaly lizard rests between the stones. It waits to catch a passing insect, spider, slug, or snail for its dinner. On the other side of the tree, a rabbit hops into a hole in the ground. Where is he disappearing to? Where would a rabbit go? It's hopping into a hole. Do you remember what it's called? There he goes. Thump, thump deep down in the ground. Rabbits dig nests and tunnels. They build large burrows where many rabbits can live together. A fly whirs up the tree trunk. Something is hiding on the bark. Can you see what it sees? Or what it is? Sorry. What's on the bark? Oh, you kind of saw it there. What would that be? A moth has settled on the tree. Its wings are the same color as the bark. As long as the moth stays very still, nothing will see it. The fly isn't whirring around now. It seems to be stuck in midair. What's stopping it from flying away? Do you know what would stop it from flying away? Bet you do. Bet you can see it now. It's a trap. The fly has flown into a spider web. Its feet are really stuck in strands of sticky silk. The web is a trap that catches food for the spider. A bird flies through the rustling leaves with a worm in her beak. Who is going to eat the worm? What will we see? These hungry chicks will gobble up the worm. Tweet, tweet. They hatched from eggs in a nest that their parents built in the tree. Let's look a little closer at the tree. What's this hanging from the branches? What is that? Oh, bet you already knew that. Buzz. Hundreds of bumblebees are busy making wax to build their nest. They also collect sweet nectar from flowers. They store it in their nest to make honey that they can eat, and so can we. A loud noise has startled the moths from their hiding places. Who is making such a racket? Rat-a-tat-tat, tap, tap, tapping away at the bark. A woodpecker drills again and again. She makes a small hole in the bark with her beak. Quick as a flash, her tongue darts into the gap to grab a tasty insect. This hole hasn't been made by a woodpecker. It's much too big. Can you see who lives in this den? See that hole right there? That's not from a woodpecker. Who lives in there? Oh. Shh. A squirrel is sleeping on a bed of dried grass and leaves. His long tail is curled tightly by him to keep him warm. The leaf is shaking. There's something on the other side. Enjoying a meal. Can you see who's eating the leaves? Make a prediction. Munch, munch. A furry caterpillar is eating and eating and eating. It eats so much because it needs food to help it become a beautiful butterfly. Large, juicy red apples grow on the tree. These are the tree's fruits. What's inside the apple? Let's see. Let's use our flashlight. The core. Crunch. The apple's very tasty, but the small, hard pieces inside don't taste as nice. These are the apple tree's seeds, and they aren't supposed to be eaten. ripe apples have fallen from the tree. Can you see what happens to apple seeds that drop on the ground? So if they drop down, what will happen? There it goes. It's gonna grow a little tree. The roots reach down to gather food and water. A shoot pushes up from the seed and up through the soil. Below the soil, an apple seed has split and grown roots. Above the soil, a green shoot grows up and up toward the sun. In time, it will become a tall, strong tree with a small world all of its own. And then there's more. When you find a tree, look all around it and see what you can find. Remember to look up as well as down. In the soil, under the grassy surface, earthworms push and pull muscles along their bodies to move through the soil. The tunnels the worms make help water to reach the plant's roots. Damp and dark, be careful when kicking leaves because toads might be resting there during the day. At night, toads hop around the trees using their long sticky tongues to catch their food. In the cracks, lizards leave their hiding places under stones or logs to bask or sunbathe. They are cold-blooded animals, so they cannot make their own heat. They need the sun to warm them. Burrowers. Rabbits live together in burrows under the ground. They come to the surface in the early morning and evening to look for green plants, such as grass and clover, and the tree bark to eat. Hidden colors. Moths and butterflies hide on the trees, stones, and plants when they're not flying. They fold their wings, cover their bright colors, and this helps them to hide from animals that want to eat them. Web spinners. Spiders spin webs using sticky silk made inside their body. Spiders sit by the side of the web until an insect gets stuck in it. Then they rush out, wrap the animal in silk, and eat it. Up high. Nests in tree hollows or on the branches can be made using twigs, grass, mud, and moss. All birds hatch from eggs. Birds that live in trees eat slugs, snails, caterpillars, and other insects, and fruits. Buzzing. Bumblebees build a nest for their queen, so she has a home for all her young. The bees work together to keep the nest clean, protect it, and to make enough honey to feed all the bees. Cozy den. The tree hollows, forks of the branches, or old dens with or old birds' nests can be squirrel dens. Squirrels line their dens with moss, dried grass, and feathers, and they sleep curled up together in winter for warmth. These are all things that you can find around a tree. So get out there and look. It's springtime. There's lots of birds building nests and insects, and well, in Arizona there's lots of lizards, not necessarily in trees, but especially as it warms up, you'll see those lizards coming out a lot more. All right, you guys, this was kind of a long book, but I hope you liked it and it was fun, and now you can take a test. And I will have another book for you later this week. All right, bye.